Hello everyone, and welcome back to Top Grade. My name is Spencer Miller, and today I am so excited to introduce to you a brand new selection of Canadian early reader books for the spring 2023 season. We've got so many great books to talk about today, so let's get started. Salma Makes a Home from Anik Press is written by Danny Ramadan and features illustrations from Anna Braun. I am so excited that beloved character Salma from one of my favorite picture books, Salma the Syrian Chef, is back for more adventures, this time for a slightly older audience so that readers can grow up alongside this character. How cool is that? It's also exciting that this is the beginning of a whole early chapter series that features Salma, and so book 2 and 3 are already in the plans. In this book, Salma is reunited with her father after 1 year, 11 months, and 6 days apart. Salma is so excited to introduce him to their new home in Vancouver, but she's also very worried that he's not going to like it here. And so she takes on this responsibility of trying to help him fall in love with his new home. It's a really sweet story that explores the meaning of home and family while including important Syrian cultural elements and explores the experiences of a newcomer family in Canada. I'm a fan of the way that Vancouver is explored in the story. Vancouver is one of my favorite places, and I love when kids can see the places that they live reflected in the stories that they read. Back matter includes an activity for readers to make a paper lantern, as seen featured in the story, and I always like when books include little activities like this that help readers to connect further to the story. Otis and Peanut from Owl Kids Books is written by Nassim Rab and illustrated by Kelly Collier. This quirky graphic novel is actually a collection of stories about friendship and belonging, and it reminded me a lot of the Frog and Toad stories that I enjoyed growing up. Otis, who is a long-haired guinea pig, and Peanut, who is a naked mole rat, and these two make a really perfect pair. Nassim Rab's humor and sensitivity shines through in each of these tales about friendship. The stories explore themes of loss and fear of change and cooperation and demonstrate what it means to be a kind and caring friend. These are great stories for social emotional learning so that kids can really see friendship in action and learn to follow some of the behaviors that Otis and Peanut display, as they really are such good friends to each other. Meg and Greg, Scarlet and the Ring from Orca Book Publishers is written by Elspeth and Rowena Ray and illustrated by Elisa Gutierrez. This is a decodable book specially designed to help children with dyslexia or other language-based learning difficulties to find reading success. It is meant to be a shared reading experience between a child who is learning to read and a more experienced reader. It combines stories, comics, and exercises that focus on phonics and fostering literacy. This book includes 4 stories that focus on words with R-controlled vowels. Other books in the series focus on other sounds, so make sure to check them out too. I want to give high praise to all of the careful thinking and design that goes into these books. Decodable books are invaluable tools for teaching reading. I Love My City from Pajama Press is written by France Desmarais and Richard Adam and illustrated by Yves Dumont. I love big illustrated nonfiction books. As a kid, I would pull these off the library shelf and sit cross-legged on the floor and just flip through the pages for hours and hours. And while I can't sit cross-legged anymore without getting a cramp, I still love flipping through books like this and looking at the beautiful art and reading all of the fun and interesting facts and information. This book introduces you to everything you need to know about how cities work and includes really great facts and information about geography, civics, history, science, and technology. When describing city features, the book uses real-life examples from cities all around the world and throughout history, and it includes great details and facts about Canadian cities like Montreal and Toronto and Vancouver. I live in Montreal, and I actually learned some really interesting things about my city when I was reading this book. I Love My City is a celebration of the places where we live, and I love that for young readers. This is a great book for social studies or geography classrooms and curriculum, or just for independent reading because it's really fun to flip through the big pages and see all of the beautiful illustrations inside. Mountains of Fire Into the Heart of Volcanoes is from Orca Book Publishers with text by Julie Roberge and illustrations by Alice MC. Author Julie Roberge is a volcanologist who has been studying volcanoes for over 25 years. And in this book, she takes a real interdisciplinary look at volcanoes. I think it's really cool. She covers the science of volcanoes and how they work, but she also includes the history of volcanoes here on Earth, looking at significant eruptions and the way that they have shaped certain parts of history over time. She also explores the important role that volcanoes have played in many myths and legends and cultures from people all over the world. We also get to read about volcanoes in space, which was really cool, reading about volcanoes on Jupiter and Mars and other parts of our galaxy. I really like the bold graphic design and color choices. This book is really eye-catching. I think that volcanoes are awesome. I think that science is awesome, and that history and culture are awesome, and that reading and learning about these things should feel awesome. This book captures that feeling for young readers. And those are all of our books for today. On behalf of the Association of Canadian Publishers, thank you so much for watching. We hope that you will subscribe to the YouTube channel and follow along for more great Canadian book content. We also want to give a big thank you to Ontario Creates for their continued support of the Top Grade program. Visit the new and improved topgradebooks.ca to watch more videos, to see and download book lists, to explore books by grade level, check out blog posts with reading and classroom activities, and more.